beautiful village of Carlisle. In Ontario, there are two Carlisles. This one is north of London, and I think the other one is between London and Toronto, but maybe a little closer toward Hamilton or Brantford, somewhere in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we toddled in to visit my brother Dick and Sue.
In the tiny little village of Carlisle, new buildings happening everywhere, so it's kind of cool to see.
It's you got to get out in the countryside in southern Ontario, away from areas like London and Chatham, to really get a flavor of what the local community is all about. And these little hamlets and these little villages are dotted all across southern Ontario. This one I'm familiar with because as a kid we used to come here. Our farm was about a mile away, and there used to be a beautiful creek. Well, we'll go past the bridge there, and full of snapping turtles, but as kids we didn't care. We were still swimming in there.
And getting snapped.
Yeah, it was fun. So we are going to toddle back to Chatham, and our cousin has graciously prepared and is hosting a beautiful barbecue for us along with other family members. And then tomorrow we hook the trailer up. I've got lunch with my sister in Chatham, and then we head off to a place called Port Glasgow right on Lake Erie. It's between St. Thomas and Blenheim is probably more accurate, right on the lake. So we're looking forward to that, and we'll toddle in there. We'll capture some memories along the way tomorrow toward Lake Erie.
It's going to be fun being right on the lake. I'm looking forward to it.
one day, me and my dad were here, and the ice jam broke, and it's coming. We got the hell off. We thought it was going to take the whole dock right out.
Oh,
But
wow.
it stopped. So, but this is Thames River, anyway. That's deep water.
So for most southern Ontario individuals who recognize the name Thames River, like over in the UK, this is where the Thames River from, well, I know from London and then through Chatham, drains into St. Clair Lake. And this is the very first time, even when I grew up in southern Ontario, that I've ever seen where Thames River ends. But
Okay.
so we have been spoiled by our friends, cousin Debbie and Paul.
Yeah.
And so
Get in there.
Eileen and I want to say thank you from the bottom of our
you're
hearts
quite welcome.
for your kindness and generosity. You guys were great, excellent hosts.
Thank
Last
you.
night's barbecue was first class, and this morning we got to spend some time with you folks for breakfast, and Paul's showing us around the area, and it's such a pretty area, southern Ontario, that I can understand why it tugs at the heartstrings of those who have left the area. So Eileen and I love you guys, and
Yeah,
thank
we
you
love you
kindly
too.
for being our great hosts.
Love you too.
Okay.
Getting a little
Okay.
cool
Nice
here.
seeing you.
She hadn't responded. Like I said, I talked to James, and he hadn't done anything. That's the last thing I heard.
That's my beautiful sister Connie. Of course, you know, we've got video of Debbie and Paul and Eileen standing together. We hooked up with my wonderful sister here in Chatham. How do you say the name of this place, Connie? Quo Vadis. Does it mean anything?
It's Italian. I don't know.
We're family gather. I'm giving it that name. We're family gather.
Yes.
Hey Connie, love you.
I love you.
We'll see you
Okay,
again.
one more hug.
Yeah, one more hug. I love you. Yeah, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you kindly.
Thank you for lunch.
for
Thank
finding
you
room in your
for.
heart for us.
Oh, there's always room for more.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Good people.
Thank you.
Yeah, always room for good.
We are in Port Glasgow, parked in the campsite. Our reflection is sitting there pretty.
Yeah, it kind of reminds us of Shady Pines and Elsie Craig. We were parked by a tree there, and we toddled in to Port Glasgow off Highway 3, about 12 minutes off the 401 between Windsor and Toronto. And we're actually between Chatham and London, Ontario. It's a beautiful campsite, and we'll take you down to the beach on Lake Huron. And we're here for, well, we pull out. I think we're booked for 5 nights. But in any event, we're set up, and it's been quite a journey, and we want to thank Paul and Debbie, cousins Paul and Debbie, in the Chatham market for allowing us to park the RV there for 2 days. It was absolutely wonderful, and we've left them, said goodbye to them, and now we are set up here. So all you toddlers out there that are RVing, have fun, stay safe, and enjoy the journey. I guess that's the biggest part of it. It's been a wonderful trip so far. The roads in the northern part of the U.S. market were pretty decent. Traffic was extremely light for the 4 days that we traveled from Langley down to Calgary into Lethbridge, crossing into Coots or Sweetgrass on the U.S. side, and then straight east into the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and it took us a day to go through there. We crossed the border at Sarnia, spent a couple of days in Chatham, and we've toddled in to this municipal RV park. You want to walk down to the marina?
We are going down to the marina or beach.
Oh, both.
Both.
See, I don't know which way goes to the marina. I know that side road, that's quite a walk down there. Is there any access here? He's on the marina. So right there is the marina at Port Glasgow, and it's about a 15-minute walk from our RV site here in Port Glasgow, and we're gonna spend a little bit of time down at the marina here, just absorbing all of the beauty of Lake Erie, and then toddle back to the RV and take it easy for this evening. We got a busy couple of days coming up, traveling around southern Ontario, and our home base is here at Port Glasgow, and this is the Port Glasgow Marine and Yacht Club that we're walking down to. See how many yachts we can find. How many yachts?
I don't see any yachts in the water, but maybe some yachts parked right here.
I see yachts of boats.
Yachts of boats.
So we did a big walk after we got the RV set up, and we've toddled in. It's been pretty, I don't want to use the word uneventful, but it's been a wonderful trip so far. We've been on the road 6 or 7 days, and after leaving the Vancouver market, being in southern Ontario, as I mentioned earlier, feels great to be home. Eileen and I have had a great time visiting with Paul and Debbie and my sister Connie today.
Yeah, it was a wonderful day. So we got lots of visiting in and got to see lots of sights. We saw Mitchell Bay with their lighthouse, and so it's been fun just relaxing and staying in one place.
Yeah, it's a long drive from, excuse me, the lower mainland of British Columbia down to southern Ontario, and there's just so much to see and do and report on that toddling is the best way to go. We go here, toddle there, and now, as you can see, we're heading into the Port Glasgow Marine and Yacht Club. I've noticed the fresh scent of a large body of fresh water versus the salty Pacific. The Pacific Ocean has a very unique odor to it, and if you get near a large body of water, fresh water, like Lake Erie or Lake Huron, it smells completely different, and it brings back a lot of memories. But this is the marina at Port Glasgow. If you got a boat, you're looking for a place to launch it and then head out, either whether it's fishing or just recreational boating, Lake Erie has got it all. And these are great. Our cousin Judy and Ray have something similar to this. Pontoon boats. It's got, I think he said 150 or so 175 horsepower engine on it, and they cruise the lakes. Is it one lake and a river? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's Lake St. Clair and Mitchell Bay in that area, and the Thames.
Right. So we're just going to toddle around the marina, take in the sights, and I could go for an ice cream cone if there is an ice cream cone.
Oh, dessert before dinner?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
We're toddling.
There you go.
Fresh baked cinnamon. Now the boat launch. Back in, unhook everything, the trailer in the boat. Make sure the plug's in the back of the boat if that's the kind of boat you got. If not, then fire it up and you head out into beautiful Lake Erie. So there is a bit of a snack shop here for probably a lot of visitors from the campsite up there.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
resting.
resisting the ice cream.
Yeah, I think that's a wise choice. Now it's going to be hard to see that sign in the background, but it's Medway High School in Arva, Ontario, just north of London, Ontario. We've toddled into my old high school. Traveling is all about adventure, making new memories, but it also includes some old memories. And one of my favorite memories was going to this high school, Medway High School. So we've toddled in here and we're on our way to Grand Bend, Ontario for a day along Lake Huron and visit our friend Dave Welsh. Dave worked in broadcasting in Vancouver and Toronto and other markets in Canada and has kind of settled down in the community of Grand Bend. So what do you think of our journey so far?
It's been absolutely amazing. Lots of different sights and sounds. And like you said, some are new, some are familiar, and some are remembering memories.
Well, that's what this trip's all about. So if you're toddling around North America by RV and you're looking for different experiences and you've thought about visiting Southern Ontario, it really is Canada's playground. As I've mentioned, you're in between the two Great Lakes, Lake Huron to the north, Lake Erie to the south, and to the west, Lake St. Clair around the Chatham market. So we had a great evening at Port Glasgow. We checked into the RV park in Port Glasgow last night, and that's an adventure. We walked down to the beach along Lake Erie and looked at the marina, and that's kind of a fun spot.
It is a really nice spot.
So we're going to toddle into Grand Bend, Ontario, and thank you for joining us on this edition of Toddle In RV Roadside Stories. And we look forward to sharing more of our journey with you.